Good evening, welcome to Railway Routes in Lockdown. Nice to see you all and look forward to the intermissions of the breakout rooms and having a chat. Meanwhile, man walks into a pub. Yeah, you've heard this one before. I know it's not that clever or that funny anymore, but he sits down like a sailor who's been shipwrecked quite a while. Man walks into a pub and smiles. Man walks into a pub and you can see the little boy with his pockets full of sixpence and a sweet shop full of toys, back before the smokers cough, the beer gut and the piles. Man walks into a pub and smiles. And the lads are watching football on the pub's big silver screen, and until that final whistle you can forget what might have been. The chances never taken, the numbers never dialed. Man walks into a pub and smiles. And it isn't just the football, and it isn't just the beer. Me and Dave are smiling too, we got this big idea. And if it comes to nothing, that's because next day we can't remember what it was. Man walks into a pub, leaves his troubles at the door, shakes his old head wisely at the lads still trying to score. There's a pint of compensation for the final homeward mile. Man walks into a pub and smiles. Man walks into a pub. Man walks into a pub. Man walks into a pub. Ouch. And smiles. On with the mayhem. Let the magic and the madness commence.
Hello, lovely Railway Routes people, and a Happy New Year to you all. This song is actually quite rootsy, as it actually focuses on a little area of our kitchen, which we call the booth. And it's actually adjacent to the kitchen. There's a little space that we keep ironing boards and brooms and other things like that. Anyway. This booth, this little bit, is so badly made that periodically it exudes mould that has to be removed with a concoction that smells a lot like bleach. So one day I said to Raina, I'm going to have to bleach the booth. And then it struck me. Bleach Booth. Bleach Booth. That surely is the name of a country and western singer. So this is the Ballad of Bleach Booth. I wish I'd been born in a shotgun shack, starving but happy, of course. Instead I was raised in a semi-detached, no hat, no gun and no horse. I'm a country singer, I come from Cockfosters. It's the end of the Piccadilly line. My name name is Bleach Booth, and I sing the truth from this old soul of mine. I don't drink beer, I don't drink whiskey in a bar in Tennessee. What I like best is mustard and cress and a cup of weak chamomile tea. I'm a country singer, I come from Cockfosters, it's the end of the Piccadilly line. My name is Bleach Booth, I sing the truth from this old soul of mine. No train whistle whistling, no honky-tonk angels, no tumbleweed blown across the dirt. No white picket fences, just bankers and dentists and dry cleaners who launder my shirts. I'm a country singer, I come from Cockfosters, it's the end of the Piccadilly line. My name is Bleach Booth, and I sing the truth from this old soul of mine. So that is my story, it might have disturbed you, but nothing much happens right here in suburbia. I'm a country singer, I come from Cockfosters, it's the end of the Piccadilly line. My name is Bleach Booth, and I sing the truth from this old soul of mine.
Hi all, Happy New Year and all that stuff. New song for January. It's a bit rough around the edges, but I suppose as I've recorded it, it's probably as best as it could be. So this is called We Deli But Never Did. Can you see where this all leads? Will it all be worth the wait? Tell me everything you know. We dallied but never did. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed, to bed, to bed, to bed. How far do you want to go? An acquaintance never met. Tell me everything you know. We dallied but never did. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed. 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 Facebook and two phones ensures you're never alone. Facebook and two phones. perfect life that you must save. An acquaintance never met. Is there anything to regret? We dallied but never did. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed. It's not tomorrow till you've gone to bed. It's not tomorrow till you've gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone. Well, there we go. It's one of my longest songs ever. Unbelievable. I can't believe I've written a song that long. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks ever so much. See you soon.
Beside the riverbank, whispering of the reeds. Daybreak is not so very far away. Chanted and spellbound, silence a lingering. Oh, the boat is alive, steadily strong, and the birds are silent as they listen to the heavenly music. River played the song of the wind in the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. Wind in the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. Wind in the willow, and the piper of dawn. Sunbeam happens, cloven hoof piper played on that holy ground, and they found the all wonder, all were not afraid of the great God Pan. It's the wind in the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. In the willow, and the piper gates of dawn. When the vision vanished, I heard a choir of birds singing out in that holy ground, between the trance and the reeds, and they stood upon the lawn. Listen to the silence of the wind in the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. In the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. In the willow. It's the wind in the willow, and the piper at the gates of dawn. Wind in the willow, and the piper gates of dawn.
Happy New Year, everybody. Just an idea of what you do in lockdown when you can't do anything else. Wooden spoons carved from an old staircase. A poem for you. Once more a new year comes around and brings the hope of better days to come. We cast our thoughts upon the year before and wonder what the new year has in store. But will this new year bring more than the last? Why should the future improve on the past? And will a ripe fruit fall into my lap if I don't think to raise my arm and hand? Or will the very next ripe apple fall just at the spot where I decide to stand? Let's use the cards we're dealt with skillful play, and meet whatever fate will come our way. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is the Ewan McCall song, If You Miss Me at the Back of the Bus. If you miss me at the back of the bus and you can't find me nowhere, come on over to the front of the bus, I'll be riding right there. I'll be riding right there. I'll be riding right there. You've got to come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be riding right there. If you miss me at the cotton fields and you can't find me nowhere, come on down to the jailhouse. I'll be roaming right there. I'll be roaming right there. I'll be roaming right there. Come on down to the jailhouse. I'll be roaming right there. If you miss me in the Mississippi River and you can't find me nowhere, come on over to the city pool. I'll be bathing right there. I'll be bathing right there. I'll be bathing right there. Come on over to the city pool. I'll be bathing right there. If you miss me at the picket lines and you can't find me nowhere, come on down to the courthouse. I'll be voting right there. I'll be voting right there. I'll be voting right there. Come on down to the courthouse. I'll be voting right there. If you miss me at the back of the bus and you can't find me nowhere, come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be riding right there. I'll be riding right there. I'll be riding right there. You've got to come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be riding right there.
This is the sad news bit. The very sad news is that earlier this week, our very good friend Jenny Flintoff died of COVID in hospital in Portsmouth. Her husband Jerry recovered, and he'll be looked after, because Jerry had Parkinson's for the last few years, and Jenny was more or less his carer, although neither of them looked at it that way. Jenny was a remarkable, indefatigable, beautiful person, and stroppy, magnificently stroppy. Her and Jerry first started coming to Ho Folk Club when it was upstairs at the Poets' Corner, which they enjoyed very much. That was when they drove, and they were aghast at the thought that we were going to leave the lovely, warm, wooden acoustic room upstairs at the Poets and head off to the back room of the railway, and that we will be having a folk club that will be featuring a public address system and electronics. They voted against it, and they were came nonetheless, and they complained nonetheless about how awful the amplification was, and if it was too loud. They made my life really miserable because I wasn't very confident about doing the PA. But they came, and Jenny eventually got used to singing through a microphone, condescended to sing through a microphone, and if it didn't work, she just ignored it and sang anyway. And Jerry was magnificently beautiful on the Concertina too, until Parkinson stopped that. But do you remember? He was wonderful. And Jenny's songs were as remarkable as Jenny. Whether she was doing a comedy song about Father Christmas, or whether she was doing the best feminist version of House of the Rising Sun you could imagine, or whether she was doing that beautiful song about her father as a conscientious objector in the Second World War, and linking that to a conscientious objector in the Israeli army. She was staunch on behalf of the Palestinians, on behalf of all oppressed people. She had a great sense of justice and a lovely sense of humour and a beautiful voice, and she will be so much missed. So I wanted to do a song for her, and I thought I'd do a traditional song. Jenny and Jerry seem to me to represent the very best of the folk music tradition that stretches back and opens its arms to the present times. I think this is a very Jenny song. As I walked out over London Bridge one misty morning early, I overheard a fair pretty maid lamenting for her Geordie. Well, Geordie stole neither cloth nor gold, nor sheep he never stole at any. He stole 16 of the king's royal deer, and he sold them in Kilkenny. Go saddle me my milk white steed, go bridle me my pony, and I will ride to London town to plead for the life of Geordie. When she entered into the hall, there were lords and ladies aplenty. Down on her bended knees she did fall to plead for the life of her Geordie. Well, it's 2 pretty babies I've born for him. The 3rd sleeps in my body. I'd part with them freely, 1, 2, 3, if you'd but spare the life of Geordie. Well, the judge, he looked down over his left shoulder. He looked so high and mighty. He said, "Fair maid, you have come too late, for your Geordie is condemned already." Then Geordie shall be hanged in a chain of gold, such a chain as never was there any. for he was born of noble blood, and he courted a virtuous lady. This is the Jenny verse, I think. I would I were in yonder greenwood, where times I often have been many, with my broadsword and my pistol true. I would fight for the life of Geordie. I would fight for the life of Geordie. I would fight for the life of Geordie. Jenny Flintoff. Presente.
Hello from France. We're in France. We're in a foreign land, and yeah, it's quite good here in France. The thing about France is what they've done. They've combined. They've sort of linked up with lots of other countries all around, and there's loads of them, and they all sort of work together. It's like a big group of friendly countries all working together. So that's quite a good thing. And you know, you could go from one country to another without any problems. And yeah, the food, you know, there's lots of trade deals, and food's quite cheap and plentiful, and it's really, really good. And they're all working together as well to sort of try and beat COVID. They're all working together on that. Everything's sort of planned. So it's a great place to be, even though it is a foreign country. Yeah, so I'm really, really bunged up, as you could probably hear. I did try recording a song, but it sounded a bit like Bob Dylan with a really, really bad head cold, so I kind of abandoned that. So I'm just going to put up a video that I made some time ago. I recorded the song about 20 years ago, when I was about 23, 24, something like that. And it was when I first was able to record direct onto my computer. So I sort of play the guitar and the bass and the drums and everything. And then about 10 years ago, I had to go at making a little animation. So I did this on Photoshop. So it's a little sort of stock frame. So I sort of drew a little bit and then you know, took a photo of it, or the Photoshop did that. Then I did another little bit, and then another little bit. It took quite a long time, and it's quite good fun. And so I thought it might sort of lift everyone's spirits a little bit, hopefully. So lots of love from France, and I hope we see you all again soon. Yes, just imagine we're in Portslade, at the railway, and we're sitting back, and we bring a big screen out, we put it at the front and get a little projector. Do you remember those days? Yeah, just imagine that's what's happening now.
Read the fridge, eat some food. I could read my book, but I'm not in the mood. So I go to bed, turn out the light. It's gonna be a long, dark, lonely night. I can't sleep, and you are to blame. So I turn on my PC and play a game. I watch the orcs and trolls bursting in flame, lighting up this long, dark, lonely night. Look at the clock and wonder, how much longer will this sleeplessness last? Watching the seconds on the clock on the wall, watching the shadows rolling past. Dogs are barking, drums rolling home, rain on the window, wind starts to moan. Strange noises coming from the hot water pipe. It's gonna be a long, dark, lonely night. Look at the clock and wonder, how much longer this sleeplessness will last. Watching the seconds on the clock on the wall, watching the shadows rolling past. Wish you were here, bed feels cold. We spoke on the phone, but I want you to hold. Why am I so blue when everything's so bright? Gonna be a long, dark, lonely night. Wish you were here, bed feels cold. Spoke on the phone, but I want you to hold. Maybe I'll turn on the TV, but everything's shut. Long, dark, lonely night. Without you, it's a long, dark, lonely night.
Right. Poem for you called Bogeyman. There used to be a bogeyman who lurked beneath my bed and waited to do awful deeds of fierce and nameless dread. He never showed up in the sun, I didn't have to scream or run. Where he was all day I couldn't tell. But as soon as darkness fell, I sensed him just below the bed, waiting for the light to go. I'd lie awake long as I can, watching for the bogeyman. Then lo, the morning bright and clear, putting aside my childhood fears. Now I'm older, I know such dread was really only in my head. There is no longer a need to fear. These days the bed is a divan with no room for a bogeyman.
Oh, this is Bob Dylan's song. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I ain't nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There is nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
This is a song that I wrote when the Panama Papers were released. Wrote it for the band, we never used it. And so this is called Mr. Squeaky, Mr. Clean. I hope you like my t-shirt, by the way. Mr. Squeaky and Mr. Clean, they went out for a meal. They had some dosh to stash away, they were looking for a deal. Said Mr. Squeaky to Mr. Clean, we don't need a footsie wrecker. We just need to pour down money with Messrs. Mossack and Fonseca. Offshore, onshore, the rules they are so lax. So long as none of us have to pay any bloody tax. Starbucks, Booth, scammers and more. Just like Squeaky and Clean, they know how to score. Manipulate the treasury by counties here and there. Screwing the proletariat, do they really care? Offshore, onshore, the rules they are so lax. So long as none of us have to pay any bloody tax. Super BVI jersey, Panama all the rest. That's what we need Trident for, it's hard but for the best. Or while you're at it, drop a couple without a hint of pity. In the heart of London, on the bloody city. Offshore, onshore, the rules they are so lax. So long as none of us have to pay any bloody tax. I hope you like that.
Hello, this is a new song called Wilder Things. Wilder things disappeared, flattened out over the years, but the sparks of light in the seeds of fall show wilder things can endure. The heart's refuge of hope remains. Wild things is that we claim. Lightning bolt from the blue, so clear life's in love with you. But just tear yourself apart while things beat within your heart. Wilder things smothered hope, blindfolds gone, and now we know. Sparks of light in the seeds that fall, brave for trees to grow as tall. His heart's refuge of hope remains. Wild things is that we claim. Fire, fire within your soul, don't ever let it go. Could just throw it all away. Wilder things make us stay. Lightning bolt from the blue, so clear life's
I'm Jill Stevens. Last month I read a poem by Bertolt Brecht called To Posterity. And this month I'd like to read something by someone who replied to that poem and took up the theme from Brecht. In his poem, I think, Brecht speaks about guilt, about how people who care feel they must concentrate all their efforts on fighting for the cause and not be distracted. At the same time, in fact, in the same stanza of the poem, Brecht shows that he's uncomfortable with the poetry of that time that concentrated on nature. And to him, this seemed to be ignoring what was then the Nazi evil. He wrote, "Ah, what an age it is when to speak of trees is almost a crime, for it is a kind of silence about injustice." Brecht wrote that in Germany in 1938. More than 50 years later, in 1991, his words were taken up by Adrienne Rich in her poem, What Kind of Times Are These? Old feminists like me, and I hope younger ones too, will know that Adrienne Rich was a hugely influential and important woman. She was a writer, a poet, a protester, an activist, a teacher. With her husband, she campaigned and raised funds for the anti-war Vietnam War and Black Panther movements. Later, with her lesbian partner, she wrote and spoke about the oppression of women and about political lesbianism. I could talk for hours about Adrienne Rich. She was an amazing woman and a true hero, but I won't, and she died in 2012. Before I actually read her poem, a couple of comments. In the poem, she muses about place, and I think she's saying that truth and dread, her words, are universal, not tied to place. But she's also saying that the bad we associate with elsewhere is happening here and now. Echoing Brecht, she speaks of trees, and of course her comments could be taken literally. The threat to our trees across the world actually and in fact embodies the political threat to our planet. But remember that this is Rich's response to Brecht's assertion that to speak of nature at a time of atrocities is almost a crime. And the joy of poetry is, of course, we can all make up our own minds. So, What Kind of Times Are These? By Adrienne Rich. There's a place between two stands of trees where the grass grows uphill and the old revolutionary road breaks off into shadows, near a meeting house abandoned by the persecuted who disappeared into these shadows. I've walked there picking mushrooms at the edge of dread. But don't be fooled, this isn't a Russian poem. This is not somewhere else, but here, our country, moving closer to its own truth and dread, its own ways of making people disappear. I won't tell you where the place is, the dark mesh of the woods meeting the unmarked strip of light, ghost-ridden crossroads, leaf-mould paradise. I know already who wants to buy it, sell it, make it disappear. And I won't tell you where it is. So why do I tell you anything? Because you still listen. Because in times like these, to have you listen at all, it's necessary to talk about trees. Thank you.
Hello.
And this song is called
We Can't All Be Heroes.
And who wrote the words?
My mum wrote the words, Jill Church. It's based on a poem that she wrote at the start of last year's lockdown, the first lockdown. when she was feeling very frustrated that she couldn't actually do anything to help. And Jim put some music to it, and I adapted the words to be lyrics. So this is We Can't All Be Heroes.
The Ballad of Mary Saunders. In Nuremberg they made a law giving women cause to weep who were sleeping with the wrong men. And the workers could in their tenements hear the it is the end of that affair. And the workers' car in their tenements hear the beating of drums. God above, is there something wrong tonight? Look out, here it comes. Mother, give me the key, please. Everything will be alright. The sun is shining like it always did. And the workers' car in their tenements hear the beating of drums. God above, is there something wrong tonight? Look out, here it comes. And at night she rode through the city in her slip, with a board around her neck. Her head was shaven, the crowds were cheering. She looked ahead, and they all came down and they lay in the street. Strikers coming tonight. God above, if men would only use their ears, they would know who it is they should fight.
Hello everyone, great to be back at Portslade Railway Roots Club, virtually. Thank you all for keeping the club alive. Thank you, Alison, for putting the show together. The song I'm going to sing is called Soul for Sale, and it's on this little EP by the Briar Band. And I wish Gary Pinalva was here tonight to be able to sing it for you. There's a boy at the market selling his soul. Said nobody's buying dreams anymore. He's got a hole in his pocket and his heart is full of love, full of hope. When the man said, how much? The boy said, name your price. How much is a life worth? How much for a walking boy? Tell me, how much is a life worth? Will you pay? Will you pay? Girl in the harbour with a makeshift sail. She's looking for a berth with a mast and a nail. She's got an arm full of promise, but a hat full of rain, threadbare clothes and hunger pain. When the man said, how much? The girl said, name your price. How much is a life worth? How much for a walking girl? Tell me, how much is a life worth? Will you pay? Will you pay? waves. I hear the crying of a hungry child. How long must he wait? How much is a life worth? How much for a working child? Tell me, how much is a life worth? Will you pay? When the man said, how much? The girl said, name your price. How much is a life worth? How much for a working child? Tell me, how much is a life worth? Will you pay? Will you pay? There we go, stay safe everyone. Things are not getting any better, but we have to keep trying.
I woke up this morning feeling so upset, 'cause my sourdough baby is as good as dead. Oh, won't you help me, Lord? Won't you help me, please? Won't you save my bacterial colony? I give it everything a dog could need. Lord, I'm down on my knees. Oh, baby, I got the sourdough blues. I woke up this morning feeling so low. There's no place in this town to buy a cortado. This town's only got one cafe. No one's even heard of Pret-a-Manger. Lord, will you help? Oh, I pray, at least give me a matcha latte. Oh, baby, I got the sourdough blues. Oh, woke up this morning, been crying all night. My facial hair, oh, feels so dry. Tried every product that could hydrate. My handlebar moustache is still out of place. Lord, I feel like I'm a disgrace. Don't you have mercy on my face? Oh, oh baby, I got the sourdough blues. I woke up this morning in the garbage can, 'cause my unicycle has found another man. Oh, I didn't have the right kind of hipster look. She said my kombucha always tasted off. Oh my baby, oh my love, don't say my coffee ain't good enough. Oh baby, I got the sourdough blues. Oh baby, I got the sourdough blues.
This song was written some years ago and it came out on my album A Long March Home, which was released in 2015 on Irregular Records label. The album dealt a lot with war and soldiers and things, but this song in particular deals with people being missing each other, and so it seems an appropriate song to sing at this time. Come home soon before I break in two. Your dad is here, he's waiting up for you. You write me a letter, and it's signed with love. You write to me, but it's not enough. You say it's wild out there, so keep a cool head. Why not disappear? Be somewhere else instead. So you give me a call, and you send your love. I hear your voice, but it's not enough. You're falling down. I reach for your hand, and it can't be found. So come back soon, before this year is through. Your dad is here, he's waiting up for you. Got your picture on the wall, it was sent with love. I touch your face, it's not enough.
And I think Jenny would have liked this one too. So, because after all, she did boycott the Bob Dylan Christmas evening because she would have no truck with Bob Dylan, who was not a friend of the Palestinians. Absolutely staunch, and we were lucky to have known her. If they build a wall between us, bring it down. If they build a wall between us, bring it down. We will rise up like the sunrise singing. Bring it down, 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 down. Bring it down, 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 down. Every checkpoint, every border, bring it down. Every checkpoint, every border, bring it down. We will rise up like the sunrise singing. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. Well, I heard them sing this song in Soweto, and I heard them sing this song in Berlin. Now I hear they sing this song in Gaza. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. And we will rise up like the sunrise singing. We will rise up like the sunrise singing. From the rivers to the sea, you're the prison with a key. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. We're gonna bring it down, 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 bring it down. Well, if they build a wall between us, bring it down. If they build a wall between us, bring it down. We will rise up like the sunrise singing. Bring it down, 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 bring it down. We will rise up like the sunrise